What's going on, everyone? Lewis here, bringing you guys yet another video. Today is going to be the third and final installment of my series that I've had going on. Kind of a call-out series, expose, whatever you really want to call it. Really just spitting facts here. And before you guys start roasting me about having Wiz as the gameplay, these are some old school, old-fashioned, like a year, 2 years ago, videos that I never released on YouTube. I just really didn't know what to put as the background gameplay, so I was like, most of you guys play Wiz, so might as well just, I have a few videos that I didn't release before. Why not? I can use this as the gameplay. So, I hope you guys enjoy some of this old school peeve. But let's get into the video. But yeah, it's going to be my third last video on the whole situation. Basically, if you guys don't already know what's going on, you guys can check out the videos in the description. I'm not going to go over everything. But basically, if you guys don't know already, Nate and Tara have already made the responses to everything that has, happened. Me and Awesome the Sauce made the first video. I made the second video after that one was copyright striked. A few days went by. Nate and Tara both made their own response. Tara did hers on stream, and then Nate did his on in a YouTube video. So, obviously I watched both of them, and this is what I've kind of had to gather from everything. A lot of, dodged questions, a lot of missed points, and just blatant, straight up, like, not accepting anything that's happened or that's been done, kind of just shifting the blame elsewhere or kind of just making up excuses for what happened. So basically, in this video, I'm going to go through all of the points made in both of their, Tara's stream and as well as Nate's video, just kind of giving my input on all the points and exactly, how this should have been done. Now, to be honest here, I really wasn't I wasn't planning on making any videos after the first one. I made the first one, put it up, that was going to be it. I literally wasn't going to make any other videos. But, once that one was taken down for the copyright, I made the second video. And after the second video, once again, I wasn't going to make another video until the responses came out. And if you guys have seen the, Nate and Tara's responses to all this, then you guys should know, this video had to be made. So the first thing I want to bring up here that I think is probably you guys need to know this. This has to be known by everyone that's currently watching this video that has already watched Nate and Tara's videos. After I put up the first two videos, I got a text message from Nate himself. And, he wanted to talk it out, kind of resolve everything, without having to, be in the big YouTube spotlight or streaming spotlight, which I was definitely okay with. I actually, wanted to kind of talk about it anyway. So, we linked up, and really what happened, we kind of just talked about the general basic ideas, my points versus his points, what exactly was going on. And in the end, we kind of came to an agreement that he would own up and he would, make his response video. I actually helped Nate. I tried to help him a lot, actually, make the response video. As you guys can see here, this is, me and Nate's conversation that we had. This was on Sunday, so this was before any responses came out. You got to keep that in mind. Nate and Tara did not make the response videos, in these messages here at this point. So as you can see, I actually told Nate, I said, just watch your back. I'm not against, I really wasn't completely against Nate. Like I've said multiple times, I didn't make, the video to go after him. It was Tara was my main focus. Because I've had, a lot of controversial things happen with my personal experience with Tara, as well as, stories from everyone throughout the community for the last, couple years. So that's why I really made the, the video in the first place. I really wanted to address and bring light to this situation. But as you guys can see here, like I said, I just like to call out bullshit when I see it, regardless of which side it's on. And Nate even says, you knocked us down a bit. You showed us some reason, He was going hard on YouTube, going hard on Wiz. He wasn't really looking at, the other side of things, the whole perspective. And I even said, a few times, Tara wants to talk after her stream, because at this time she was streaming. I was like, I'll do that. And honestly, someone had to bring this up, because if it wasn't me, someone else would have it. And then if you guys didn't already know, there was multiple videos in the past and stuff that was brought up about Tara, like a video, but those were also removed or copyrighted, stuff like that. And, we'll get to all that later in the video here, but I definitely just thought I'd, let you guys know. And as you guys can see here, I even told Nate, at this point, I'm pretty sure he wasn't going to make a video. I kind of gave him the idea. I was like, TBH, honestly, your best interest would be to make a video. You don't have to, but like I said, people are probably going to keep disliking and commenting all this shit because WizHeads they have a mob mentality. The Wiz community does have a very big mob mentality, so whatever is the popular notion at the time, they will kind of go out of their way to just like voice their opinions on, you know, whatever current situation is at foot. Being in this community for as long as I have, when I was, you know, super active, I did definitely see it. Huge mob mentality issue that the Wiz community has. And Nate says, you know, he wanted me to be in the vid at first, but I said, if you own up to what you know, the bad things that have happened and, you know, address them correctly, like you should, you know, yeah, you know, that's fine. Even if you don't like what was said, you know, this stuff needs to be addressed. It needs to be handled in a proper way. And if you guys watch both of those videos, the responses, then you would know that it was not handled correctly at all. And Nate says, you know, he doesn't really know exactly what he's going to do yet at this point. So I said some of it was true. You know, you can really own that shit. You know, if the true shit, you own that, no one can hate you for it. Look what I'm saying here. You know, I never tried to fuck you over. It was just what happened as a result of the copyright. I wasn't going for Nate at all. I didn't even want him to really be a big part of it. But I was telling Nate, you know, all you really have to do, just own up to it. Just, you know, say like, yeah, you know, we fucked up. Like it's all right. You know, no one can hate you for owning up to a mistake and accepting it. But people can, you know, hate you and disagree with you for trying to, instead of owning up to a mistake, trying to go the completely opposite route and just discredit everything and just make excuses for everything rather than just actually address it. And as you can see here, I even said, you know, you can even go back to normally, because at first I really didn't even think anyone would respond to this. I thought, you know, everyone would just ignore it. Like usual, that's usually what happens when it comes to WizTube. People just ignore everything that does happen. But, you know, like Nate says here, I even helped him realize, you know, the route him and Tara were going. And one thing that I definitely want you guys to keep in mind, at the very bottom, Nate says, I hate acting like everything is fine when it's not. That's very important. We're going to get back to that in a little here. Like, I've had people hate me for years, and even people that have hated me for a long time, they've come to me over the situation. They've apologized. This is the majority mindset right now. Majority of people, you know, they see what the truth is. They see what happened. They see the events, you know, that I did show off in my videos that Tara has done, and they can clearly see that it's not okay. You know, some of this shit is absolutely not okay. Some of it, yeah, taken out of context. Like I said, I'm going to cover everything in this full video. To adjust it correctly, like I said here, if you apologize just the right way and own up to it, you'll be fine. I keep saying that. I keep trying to make that point. If you do this correctly, you will be fine. And, you know, the one main thing that, one of the issues that came up was the whole fake positivity thing. And as you guys can see here, I actually gave Nate a perfect way to cope or to address this issue, which he didn't really take the advice on. I feel like this would have been perfect. If you admit that you try to be extra positive, because it is clearly evident, you know, they say it multiple times throughout their streams and their videos, they try to make everything a positive environment. If you literally just admit, yeah, we try to be extra positive on camera and in streams, in tweets, everything, because there's too much negativity surrounding Wiz, and there has been for a while. We just want to lighten things up. That's all you have to say, and like you completely, like that supports your argument. Like I'm literally feeding him, telling him what he can say, what he can do to make himself in the clear, to make everything okay. And right here, this is the last one here that we got. This is the day of the video, so this is November 13th, Monday. I said to Nate, good luck. I'm sure you'll bounce back. Just go about it the right way. Worst case scenario, people forget in a week. And, you know, he says, you know, Tara's going to go on stream. He explains what she's going to do. He's going to have his video. They just want to bring up the points, address the points that are made. And that's pretty much it. And I said, yeah, it'll be fine. And Tara, he even says, Tara wants to thank you because, you know, normally she wouldn't be able to talk about this kind of stuff. But she was, I guess, due to the whole situation. So I was like, yeah. It can be good for everyone if done the right way. I believe you guys will do it correctly, but all eyes are on you right now. They will try to nitpick everything. Be careful. That's all I said. You know, I was genuinely giving Nate advice on how to go about, you know, the whole response to what I was doing. I wanted to help him. I never wanted Nate to get any sort of hate or anything. I mean, like, I didn't want any of this to happen. I was friends with him for years. I really just wanted to expose the wrongdoings that were going on, as I have, and it's just unfortunate for Nate that Tara is his girlfriend and that he kind of has to stick up for her, you know, being her boyfriend and all that. So I do kind of feel bad for, you know, in the sense that he has to respond regardless if, you know, if he thinks it's right or not. But yeah, that's just what I have to say about that. Now I'm going to get into actually addressing Nate's video. I'm going to go over all the points he made in this video and give my input on them, feedback, etc., what I have to say about, you know, his points that he made. And he starts off, he says he got hate for my first video, the first one I uploaded. I actually checked in. I'm not exactly sure because I'm sure he has my, I'm pretty sure he had Dakota EarthHorn in his comments, all like blocked for a long time, you know, for a while now, not just, you know, before, definitely before the first video came out. But as you guys can see, if you watch his video, you'll probably want to have that open or, you know, something just so you guys can, you know, relate back and forth, you know, to what he's saying and what I'm saying. The first point he makes is that I made my first video and he got hate for it. This is not true. I actually checked his channel for the first like day. He wasn't really getting any negative comments from what I was seeing. He only had 20 dislikes on his video. That was it. And I literally, like I said, I wasn't planning on making any more videos. Nate really wasn't even getting affected by this at all, the first video. It was mostly directed towards Tara because I wanted people to know what kind of person she actually is behind the camera. So time goes on, and then my video gets removed. I get the email from Machinima saying that my video was removed via copyright claim. And this is something that I also definitely going to address and talk more about here. This next point he makes in his video is he basically addresses the copyright stuff. You know, the copywriting of my first video, The Dark Side of Wizard 101. He says that he contacted Machinima asking them what to do. He said that partners have these people that they can go to if they need to talk about issues they're having. He says that the decision of the person he talked to from Machinima is to report the video for harassment and bullying, or to copyright it if there is evidence of copywriting. As you guys can see here in my conversation with Nate, I tell him, you know, I got the email saying that my video is copyrighted, and I'm like, well, you know, what's this about really? And then he's like, you know, it was day one of the video, by the way. Of course we were mad. This was him referring to the actual taking down of the video, saying like, this is what he did. He did take down the video. Sure, you can report it, but you can't copyright it that way. As you guys can see here, I say you can't just cover this up and hope it goes away. I say taking down my first video was the dumbest thing you've ever done on YouTube. And honestly, I'm going to stick to what I said there because at this point, no one was really going after Nate. No one had any like real negative opinion about him because I really didn't say anything about him in my first video. When I made the second video addressing the copyright thing, that's when Nate started getting, you know, people wondering, you know, what's going on. That's when people started going to his channel, disliking on his videos and all that stuff. And that was only after I released my second video, only after my video was taken down by copyright. So I even said to Nate right here, I was never going to make a second video, but once the first one was removed, I had no choice. You know how I am. I don't take shit from no one, no matter what. So as you guys can see here, Nate even says, I know, to me saying taking down the video was dumb because, you know, it did make people go and hate on him, even though the whole time, I mean, you really can't make people go and hate on anyone, no matter what. I mean, you can make videos, but when it comes down to it, what people actually do physically and what they go out to, anything, really, you can't control someone. You know, I never told anyone to hate on this person, go dislike a video. That was the response that people thought was appropriate because from seeing what they saw and hearing what they heard about the situation, they thought it was in their best interest to go and voice their opinions to other people about this. And I know that there was negative things said by the whole community as a general, multiple sides. You know, I got negative comments, Nate's got negative comments, Tara's got negative comments, Awesome the Sauce got negative comments, we all got negative comments. But Nate really didn't start getting any hate at all until he took down the video and I addressed that in my second video. And also, in Nate's video, he says that my video was striked and taken down. That is actually false. The video was never striked. Like I said multiple times, it was claimed. As you guys can see right here on my channel, this is a picture that I just took. My channel has 0 copyright strikes. Just letting you guys know, it has 0 copyright strikes. And the video was also put back up on the 11th at roughly 6 p.m. Eastern Time on November 11th. The Dark Side of Wizard 101 was put back up after, you know, finally being reviewed and figured out that I actually didn't copyright anyone, because if you watch the video, I literally didn't copyright anyone's content. YouTube automatic system, like I said, it's broken, so it automatically, you know, deletes all that stuff. But so the video, like I said, was put back up. But then the next day, on the 12th of November, at roughly noon Eastern, the video was taken down again, based on another copyright claim. So at this point, I was like, fuck it. Maybe I'll re-upload it, whatever. I was just like, I want this video off my channel. It keeps getting put up, put back down, put up, put back down. I don't even want this video anymore, so I just deleted the video off my channel completely. If you guys want, like I said, there is still the link in the description. It's on a different website now, so it can't be taken down. If you guys really want to go back and watch that, just, to have all the information, you can do that. And Nate then states that the video was not copyrighted by him or Tara, but Machinima, and then elaborates that Machinima is the company that he's partnered with. However, I have multiple screenshots proving otherwise, showing that Tara actually had something to do with getting the video copyrighted. And so as you guys can see here, this is a picture of Tara talking on Friday. So this was after my second video came out. He's going to get a strike on his channel. Machinima said they're going to strike it if he fights it, so good luck. She's kind of just boasting in her little group chat to all her followers about Machinima. Oh yeah, he's going to get copyrighted. Like, legit, Machinima says if he posts anything, they're going to get striked. One, I never got striked. I never got, anything like that. All you did was falsely remove a video on a false bullshit premise. Now, and as you guys can see here, this is actually thought that this was pretty funny. Tara's like, did you guys know DMs are illegal? You can't post DMs anywhere, but okay. Yet she and a bunch of like whiz Twitter people tried to expose Alexander Lionheart, and she actually sent him all her like DMs, with him about anything bad or whatever. She used them against him, to kind of expose him. So I don't really know what her deal is. I mean, she seems to be one of the biggest hypocrites on, the Wiz platform in general. As you guys can see here, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous how hypocritical this stuff is. Saying, isn't it illegal to post DMs when you literally did the same thing to someone else in the community? But regardless, I'm not even gonna go over that. As you guys can see here, she's just boasting, yeah, copyright, he used my clips, I'm gonna get it taken down. And I have a few more screenshots. That was from a private group with Tara and some of her friends. But here's a few pictures from her moderator chat, in where she actually, this was before I even made the video. This is before I even started editing the video. She goes, oh, what is he gonna say? Tara begs for money. Show me the proof. If he puts clips in the video, I'll copyright him. Like, straight up, already saying multiple times, I'll literally copyright strike him. I'm gonna strike him. I'm gonna copyright him. Like, multiple times. Like, she's evident this is what she's gonna do. And then, to go on stream and, in videos and say, oh, I had nothing to do with this, that's just complete bullshit. I have all the proof right here. You went out of your way to copyright my video, and it was false. Machinima has nothing to do with you at all. They don't have anything to do with your Twitch, so you can't have Machinima copyright your Twitch clips when you have nothing to do with Machinima at all. Your boyfriend does, but those Twitch clips, those aren't your boyfriend's, those are yours. And I'm pretty sure Machinima has no jurisdiction over what happens on Twitch, but I don't know, that's just me. And I was also told by some of Tara's mods that they actually had KingsIsle report the first video, which is kind of a bit weird. I don't know what KingsIsle or Wizard 101's going to do, because it literally wasn't a Wiz video. But honestly, I have no idea. Then Nate makes a point that you can't force people to donate, and that you can't make anyone give you money over the internet, which is also a really contradictory thing to say, because right after that, he goes on to say, in Tara's stream, their main argument was that Austin the Sauce forced people, and I quote, over the internet. You keep that in mind, because, he just said you can't force people to do anything over the internet. In the stream, they accuse Austin the Sauce constantly of forcing people to go into Tara's stream to harass her. This is not the case at all. Thomas, Austin the Sauce, he made a great video stream last night in response to Tara's, quote, apology or, quote, truth, whatever the hell you want to call her explanation or whatever. He made a great response to it. That's going to be in the description as well. Definitely should probably check that out before watching this video. But if not, that's definitely fine. I'm going to cover some of the stuff he covered anyway. Now, the next thing that gets brought up here in Nate's video is the fake positivity. And he says that he deletes negative comments and filters chat to create a fun, inviting place, for people to be. However, I'm pretty sure this doesn't include blacklisting and banning people that mention anyone that you don't like. For example, I mean, if you even say Dakota EarthHorn or Austin the Sauce in her chat, you get banned. If you mention anything about this video, you get banned. As you can see in this picture, another message from Tara's mod chat, she literally tells her mods, ban anyone who mentions this video. Dakota EarthHorn, Lou's new video, Dakota EarthHorn, like, as you got, this guy just, he's just asking, oh, what's your opinion about it? Instead of just saying, I'm not talking about it, acting professional, or just saying, I'll get to that later, anything, really. Just goes, perma-bans everyone asking anything about it, no matter what. Not timeout, not nothing. Straight up perma-ban anyone that mentions it. Like, that's fucked. Nate then goes on to say that if you really don't like a person or who they are, how they act, etc., don't watch them. However, for Tara, she thinks that if she doesn't like a person, they deserve to be silenced and banned on all platforms via spam report from her posse. And I'll go more into this when I, kind of dissect Tara's part. But that's kind of just what I had to say. I mean, it's really hypocritical, but, we'll get to that. Next, Nate brings up the claim that Tara is the reason that he doesn't make videos with other people. He says Tara does not control him. He says Tara does not change him at all. But literally in the same sentence where he says Tara did not change me, literally the same sentence, he says, oh, I had to change my content, how my content was run because of her, and that he couldn't make videos with the people he wanted to anymore. Literally in the same sentence. So, I don't know what you're on, Nate, but you literally just contradicted yourself in the same sentence, saying she doesn't control you, she doesn't have anything, any jurisdiction over, what you do and stuff, and then in the same sentence you say you had to change how your content was run because of her, and you couldn't make content with the people you wanted to anymore because of her. You literally said that in the same sentence. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Now, I used to be friends with Tara myself. I said it multiple times, but the main reason why I'm no longer friends with Tara anymore is because she just couldn't stop sticking her nose in other people's business. And you might be wondering, what do you mean by that? And as you guys can see here, I actually talked to Nate about this a little bit. She would always stick her nose in my drama, so whenever I would make a controversial tweet or like a funny meme on Twitter or anything really, Tara would jump in, with her social justice warrior self that she is, super above everyone and super right about everything. She would just jump in, never was on my side, by the way, was always against me in this type of situation. Every single time, by the way, and even Blue agreed, at a point Blue was like, yeah, I don't know why she's trying to start, stuff with you out of nowhere, it's not even involving her, but, that's a completely different story. And then Nate says, I wouldn't say that we liked you, Lou, obviously I can see now you didn't like me at all. But, yeah, things were said on both sides, we said things, she said things, but, one thing I really want to get to, Nate says here, we liked you, Lou, or I wouldn't say that we liked you. Then I say we. And, what I really was trying to get at, what about you, Nate? You always say we, referring to you and Tara. What about you? You are your own person when it does come down to it. You control what you do and what happens in your life. The next thing you do in your video, Nate, you bring up Austin the Sauce, and you say him and Tara were friends at first. That's something I want to touch on. I'm pretty sure everyone that had anything negative to say about Tara, coming out with their experiences and their stories, all of these people, they were all friends with Tara at first. And since I made the videos, I cannot count. I literally cannot count how many people came to me saying that they used to be friends with Tara, they got backstabbed, and then they gave me something, like a screenshot, or, they told me their encounter, their story. Like, it's actually insane how many people were friends with her at one point, got backstabbed, or something happened, and now they have these negative stories that happened. And you say that in Austin the Sauce's stream, he constantly talks about you and Tara in a negative way. And you say that that you and Tara, you literally say this in your video, you and Tara took clips of this and sent it to Twitch. And this actually got Austin the Sauce banned or suspended for a week. Tara's mods, multiple mods, literally told me myself that she would make them go into Austin the Sauce's stream on alternate accounts and constantly have them bring up Tara to keep him talking about her. You guys literally baited Austin the Sauce into constantly talking about her so you guys could get these clips and then send them to Twitch to get them banned. And honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if the people that were, quote, harassing Tara were actually her mods on alternate accounts. I honestly would not be surprised at this point. And that's really all I really have for Nate's video. He really didn't say too much or go into too much. But like I said, the entire thing was geared towards Tara, not you, Nate, but you really got yourself involved. And I know how it feels to be in love. I know how it feels to, really love someone. You want to do everything for them. You want to defend them. You want to side with them, whatever. Even to the point where you're you blindly side with them no matter what the situation is. And in this specific situation, I personally think that you might be blinded by love. So I don't really think that you see anything Tara has done as bad. Hence why neither of you guys actually owned up or apologized for anything at all. But hey, that's just me. And one thing that really bugged me, I'll show you right here. This was another conversation between Tara and one of her former mods. Her name was Anna. As you guys can see here, Tara literally says right here, I'm dating him regarding to Nate, so he will always be on my side. That right there is just proof in itself. Just because Tara's dating Nate, no matter what she does, he is always going to be on her side. And that's just, it's just funny to me. And as you guys can see right here, the line that's going to make me laugh a billion times over, she's literally the biggest hypocrite ever. Tara, I think that was, were you talking about yourself there? I'm not sure. But now it's your turn. So you start by going live on Twitch with your stream titled The Truth, when in reality it should have been titled More Lies, Please Feel Sorry For Me. And in this stream, you really avoided the main issues that matter, and you picked out things that you can make excuses for. And that's really all you did. I mean, you played victim, you looked for sympathy and pity, and you put on a sob show for everyone watching. You started off by saying that you're going to share your side of the story, and you don't want to point fingers at anyone. You say that you're completely open to criticism and that you'll listen to what people have to say, yet you kept your chat in sub mode the entire stream, and you still had the filters on, blocking people from typing my name, Austin the Sauce's name, or mentioning anything about the videos. Now, the first thing you really address is the spam reporting of Austin the Sauce's stream. Right away, you say that all Austin the Sauce did was harass you. You said that Austin the Sauce would send his viewers into your stream to harass you. You then go on to say that Awesome got suspended on Twitch for this, and you show screenshots of hate comments that were said to you. Like I said earlier, Nate and Tara say that you can't force people to donate, yet, you know, here you guys say that Thomas forced people to come and harass you in your chat. That's kind of a bit hypocritical, but like I said, it's for you guys to figure it out. And, I mean, this was clearly not true. You guys can watch Thomas's video, like I said, where he goes over everything. He never sent anyone to hate on anyone. Neither did I. I mean, people will say what they want when they want. You know, it's not like you can control what someone's going to say. And when you put yourself on the internet, one thing I really want to get across, you need to expect hate from people. Regardless of who you are, regardless of what you do, everyone gets hate. Especially if you act like a piece of shit behind the scenes and do bad things, the truth is always bound to come out. All this shit with Austin the Sauce happened in April 2018. Keep that in mind. You know, when this whole spam reporting, you know, at first went down, you know, when he got banned, when all the, you know, hate and the shit talk, all that stuff happened, that was April 2018. You guys gotta keep that in mind, remember that date. And then Tara addresses Austin the Sauce's tweets, where he shows pictures from her moderator chat, where she tells them, her mods, to spam report Austin the Sauce's videos and tweets. I actually asked Nate about this. I was like, yo, Nate, what was the whole deal with, you know, Tara reporting Austin the Sauce's, you know, the tweets about going live on Twitch? And this is what Nate had to say about it. I say, yo, what's the stuff about? Reporting the tweets, I don't know what that's about. He says, no, not the tweets, I think you mean his Twitch. I don't know, let me see. So then I showed Nate, you know, the stuff that Austin the Sauce posted, which was Tara, you know, telling her mods to go report his videos or his tweets, whatever it was there. And he's like, oh. And I asked him about the child restricted thing, but, you know, that was just brushed off. But he said, yeah. So this is, as you guys can see, the circled thing. This is Nate's reason to why Tara spam reported Austin the Sauce. And it's a pretty fucking stupid one. YouTube apparently made a rule where you're not supposed to tell people to go to Twitch anymore. For some reason, I don't know why. But, you know, that's new to me. So, you know, I really didn't hear that until just now, until recently. But you got to remember, keep in mind as well, when Tara was telling her mods to spam report Austin the Sauce for making the I'm live on Twitch videos on YouTube, but in the tweets themselves, where Austin the Sauce posted that he was going live on Twitch, the date on those tweets were from September 2018. And in Tara's stream herself, she literally says, she admits that she reported them, and her reason for reporting them was because Austin the Sauce let the harassment go on in his chat without doing anything, and wanted him to be punished further. That was literally what she said. So you're telling me this beef happens back in April 2018. 5 months go by, and then out of nowhere you're like, yeah, he's posting that he's going to go live on Twitch, on Twitter, and on YouTube. So yeah, guys, let's all go spam report him. Remember like 5 months ago when when we had beef? Yeah, let's get him banned now. We got him banned back then. Let's get him banned again now. Like, you guys, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I mean, 5 months later, and now you want to start spam reporting him when he hasn't said anything, done anything to you for how long? And then she says, I'm not gonna lie, I'm human. I got upset that nothing was done, so I reported their videos. And this was 5 months after the incident. I mean, the fact that you still have that much hate, that much resentment for Awesome Thomas after 5 months, after the little beef you guys had, that's just bullshit to me. Literally the most bullshit apology, and then you go on to say, oh, I'm sorry for reporting the videos. That's complete bullshit. I mean, first you baited him into saying shit about you to get him banned on Twitch. Then, months later, for no reason at all, you just go and spam report his videos, get all your mods to report his videos for literally no reason. Next thing you did was you brought up the copyright strike, and you said, oh, I have nothing to do with this. Nate's going to talk about it in his video tomorrow. And this was the biggest bullshit that I've ever heard, because I already showed you earlier in the video that Tara had a lot to do with my video getting copyright striked, saying multiple times that like bragging to her friends and her mods that it's gonna get striked, and before I even made the video already saying that she's gonna strike it down, like, no matter what. Actually kind of fucked. But in her stream she says that they talked to their management. One, it's not your management at all, it's Nate's. And two, they own none of that content. They don't own your stream. They don't own your stream clips. Machinima has nothing to do with that. They can't copyright something that they don't own. And you even say, Tara, in your stream, you said, and I quote, Machinima deemed that it was okay for us to copyright strike the video. That's literally what you said on your stream. You cannot falsely copyright a video because you don't like what the other person's opinion about you is. That is not a valid reason to copyright a video. You then go on to complain and you try to get sympathy, saying that you got dislikes and bad YouTube comments, as you guys can see here. I mean, you were clearly very upset, and I didn't tell a single person in my first video to go dislike or go comment on anyone's videos. These people went and did it on their own terms, because I showed what kind of person you really were behind the camera, and you can't fucking stand the fact that I did that. It makes you fucking fume. And honestly, I think that's kind of funny. But next you bring up the giveaway situation. You go on to say, you're not going to lie, that you need people to donate for giveaways to pay for them. And I'm not going to say that you don't buy the bundles for your giveaways, but I do know for a fact that you get some of your bundles and codes to give away each month from King's Isle. I know for a fact. And I also have been told from your mods that most of the free KI codes you get go to them anyway. Now, your next main point is that the screenshots I used in the first two videos are cropped and taken out of context, and that they're mostly sarcastic jokes. And to be honest, for the first two videos, all the screenshots and stuff that I used, they were all sent to me by different people that used to be in your Discord. I was honestly not fully aware that they were cropped. However, this kind of stuff isn't something that you should be joking about when people actually see you in that light. They see you this way regardless without the screenshots. Why would you give people these type of screenshots regardless if you're joking or not? Why would you even give people the opportunity to use these against you? I don't know. That's kind of stupid if you ask me. And this next part really pissed me off. Tara then goes on to talk about her parents getting divorced. And she starts to get teary-eyed, and you can hear that she's on the verge of crying. But that's okay. We as humans, we have emotions, and we feel for people. But to bring this up and to use it as an excuse for your horrible behavior and to try to make people feel bad for you and play victim, that's something only complete scumbags do. All right? My dad was a drug addict. He fought with my mom. Eventually, they ended up getting divorced. He got clean and he was part of my life, but he passed away when I was 13. A lot of us experience shitty things. However, it is never, ever to be used as an excuse, especially to make people feel bad for you and sympathize with you. That is bullshit. How fucking dare you? Next, you bring up the DMs with Awesome the Sauce, where you told him to keep the donation money. To be honest, I really don't want to go into this because I feel like Thomas did a great job in his video covering all this, going over everything. So like I said, if you guys want, in the description, I will be posting his video. So if you guys want to go check that out. Makes some really good points, really good arguments, and definitely something I'd advise you guys to go check out if you're keeping up with all this stuff. Next, you bring up that the only reason you're in any of Nate's videos is because people wanted you to be. And I'm literally not going to spend any time at all on this one. This is the most bullshit I've ever heard in a while. I've seen Nate's comments on his old videos with you in them. You guys can go, find these comments, find these videos if you want, all the comments that already haven't been removed. But, people were calling her annoying. They were saying, oh, you've replaced Blue with her. And people were going as far as to say Tara literally takes over the videos and references her streams multiple times in walkthroughs and stuff. And I'm not going to show any clips of anything or any videos that aren't mine because I am not going to deal with any bullshit copyright strikes, any claims, none of that shit, having none of it. This is pure fact, pure laying down the fucking law. And if you guys want to go find all that stuff yourself of, her saying all the stuff in the videos and the comments, you guys can go find it yourself. Shouldn't be hard at all. It's probably every video that she's in, if they haven't already removed the negative comments about her. Tara then goes on to explain why she doesn't host or support other small streamers anymore. She says this is because one time she hosted someone, and after one of her streams, the person that got hosted was like, oh, wow, I have 80 viewers. What kind of fucking bullshit point is that? That was her reason. Tara said because the person said, wow, I have 80 viewers. That rubbed her the wrong way, and that's when she didn't want to host anyone anymore. That is actual bullshit. Wiz is a small community as it is. Only a select people get more than 20 viewers. Anyone would be excited to have viewers, let alone to be hosted by one of the biggest streamers for Wiz. And I used to do this all the time to myself. Back when I streamed, after every one of my streams, I would always host someone, no matter what. And 90% of the time, they were super grateful. They'd even sometimes mod me in their chat, and they wouldn't shut up. They would just constantly thank me, like, oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate this, I can't believe it. Like, they would be so grateful. And for you to say all the people that you hosted in the past were ungrateful and just bragged about the views, I honestly find that hard to believe. Very hard to believe. And then the next thing you bring up is Nate's ex-girlfriend, Mel, who in the first video I showed all of you guys the screenshots of Tara completely fat-shaming, talking all kinds of shit about Mel, sending me pictures of her, asking of how, her and Nate were when they were together. And then you go on to state that you regret every negative thing that you said about Mel, yet your only reasoning behind the shit talk in the first place was, oh, I didn't like her. What? So you completely, degrade this person, talk a bunch of shit, and your reason is, I didn't like her. Oh, you regret all of it, but it was because you didn't like her. Yeah, bullshit. And now those are really all the major parts that she brought up in her stream. She doesn't actually apologize for anything. She doesn't own up to anything at all. She doesn't see anything that she did as bad. Then she goes on to, promote her Discord, thank her supporters, and that's pretty much it. There's a little short Q&A at the end where her and Nate try to talk about any unanswered questions, and honestly, they really don't answer anything meaningful, and that's pretty much the end of her stream. But what I thought was really funny, it actually made me laugh, was how desperately she was trying to get sympathy from her mods. After I uploaded my second video, she posted these messages in her moderator chat, stating that she can't handle all the hate, that she wants to quit streaming. Literally the whole 9 yards. But you don't seem to give a shit about how other people feel when you attack them. As you guys can see here, you and your mods, Nate included, you guys shit talk Courtney Olivia, who is a smaller content creator. She's actually been around longer than any of us, but she is a relatively smaller creator compared to, me, Nate, and Tara. But, you guys make fun of her for trying to pursue her Twitch more seriously, and that's kind of fucked up. The last thing I used to do was, disown and discredit people, smaller YouTubers or streamers, because they were trying. That's really fucked up, actually. And there's been multiple accounts of Tara attacking other small content creators, like, the Witch City Family, Skella Mystic, and ultimately Heather. And personally, I don't even like Heather that much. I'm sure you guys know, the past, beef that we've had and all that stuff. But I never reported Heather. I never tried to get her banned. I never tried to get her removed from YouTube or Twitch. But here I have multiple screenshots from a DM, from the same mod, Anna, that you had a while ago. In these DMs, you can see here that you tell your mod to spam report Heather multiple times, that you've spam reported Heather multiple times, and you're really just driving it home, digging it in, that they need to do this. They need to report. This is clearly not a one-time thing. This is clearly something that Tara's been doing for years. Having people spam report trying to get rid of other content creators that you don't like by getting your cult following to spam report whoever you don't like. I mean, it's actually fucked. And I mean, honestly, I'm glad for the people, that used to be on her side that are sticking up for what's right and calling out her bullshit. Because honestly, without you guys that came to me, with the proof and, all the stories and stuff that actually happened, I wouldn't be addressing this. And I just want to thank you guys, that actually came out and said this, because without you, this wouldn't have happened. Now, what really gets to me, though, is how much of a fucking massive hypocrite you are. I mean, Thomas already went over this in his video, but honestly, I think this is the most important point of all. You are a fucking hypocrite. Here you guys can see screenshots consisting of the conversation between Thomas and Tara a while ago, back when they were, I guess, quote, friends. She starts ranting to him. She goes on and on, to a point where she even seems jealous of Heather. Now, the funniest thing about all of this to me is that the words you're saying here to Thomas about what Heather was doing, this is literally what you're doing right now. Screaming giveaways, trying to play victim, and actually, if you guys look right here, the last line, she says, honestly, I have no idea how people can continue to support her when there's so much evidence out here showing that she has lied. I mean, if you change those last two little phrases to spam reports people she doesn't like and isn't who she says she is, it literally looks like you're describing yourself, which is fucked. Now, the last thing I wanted to go over was this last screenshot I have here between Thomas and Tara, where she literally says, and I quote, you guys can read it off the thing, "We definitely need better content creators to flush out the not as good ones." I'm guessing she was referring to herself here, as literally everyone else with a following who even came close to her viewer count was spam reported and shit talked. I mean, this has been going on for years, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. I just honestly wonder why. I mean, after all the proof is out there, after all the stories, people coming forward, sharing their experiences, why the fuck do people still support this awful person? And what really boggles my mind is that even Tara herself can't see that anything she's done is wrong. She thinks she's 100% in the right. It's some sort of God complex. I mean, no morality? Do you not think a single thing that I brought up that you've done is wrong? I mean, it's actually, I can't wrap my head around it. And, I mean, the fact that you can't see what you did was wrong, that's what's truly scary. Oh, also, Nate, that tweet was about you, not me.